All right, I got another Aapl update. Aapl is a very interesting stock to watch, and being able to do what it did today was a very bullish sign for the market. Again, the market is in a bullish chop zone, and so let's talk about a strategy here for Aapl. Aapl is at another key reversal point. Targets for this pattern are 161 to 165. So this thing has a lot of potential, and it's very clear of the chart patterns here. On the last option plan, the June 16 150 calls went to about as high as 7 points each, right? $700 per option, right? From a 2.2 entry, which is $212, right? On an average, right? Was able to get better than that, 210 average, 2.5 average, because of that the way it traded that day. And I mean, those were just huge gains. Now, this isn't going to be this may not be as smooth and as easy, but and still, those options today closed at about 5 points, still up about 130% despite a strong pullback. So I mean, if it's someone who happened to just been sleeping after getting that entry point, they still be up. And again, these could still get back to this level as well, right? But for a lot of people to buy these options now, I think the sweet spot is these 155s I'm going to show you, or the 160s people could use. So we'll talk about that because they've held up pretty well as well. Um, so Aapl needs to show power over the 153 to 153.50 area to confirm. So it's one of those things. We want to see how the stock trades. It's not about volume here because the volume is there's already a lot of strong volume patterns in Aapl. Also, Apple's not overbought. So the key here is how do we follow through this day? Obviously getting above 153.5 would be a lot better of a confirmation zone. We might be able to. It could be clear, but between something between 153 to 153.5 area. So we'll see how it has to trade. So the entry will be between those 153 to 153.5 area. I'm going to be looking for the power towards those areas. It'll be clear, so Aapl is definitely showing the market's going to have we're going to have some stocks that are going to want to rise a lot, and there's going to be stocks that can drop. It's just really looking for confirmation. I'll explain some key points in this video, which I did already. So let's look at the options, okay, for Aapl. So Aapl closed at 152.54 today for May 18th, and I got the June 16 options up here up. And just to show you what I mean, these 150 calls, it close, you can see still at about 5 points. The spread's about 10 cents. You can see a lot of trading, a lot of open interest, and a lot of trading is happening with these 155 calls. Again, these ones here are doing really well. They're about under $1, and I mean these could gain significant percentage gains even if Aapl was just to go to 157 or 158. These could go up 150%, 200%. It's very possible, even better depending how quickly Aapl gets to the 160 area, right? Even if it would get there in a couple of weeks, these would be up a lot, right? So Aapl has a lot of support in the 151 to 150 area, so keep that in mind. All right, people. So basically, that's going to be the sweet spot areas. This 153 to 153.5 area to confirm. Got to look at what kind of power Aapl shows in price action towards these levels. We can always watch for the first 10 to the first 10 to 30 minutes how they trade to decide the entry and how the stock is acting in this area. And again, these calls could be used. Alright people, if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, Power Target Trades, I suggest you subscribe. See this standard Power Target Trade? It's going to appear here in a circle format. Simply click on it. It's going to give you an easy way to subscribe. People, I make a lot of great updates. The key is confirmation. There are going to be things that don't work out, but the key is to focus on the strong setups, getting on the strong entries, waiting for the confirmation, and the odds will fix things up. So there you have, people, a great update. Thanks for listening. Like, the video.